Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much from the bottom of my crazy ass heart for tuning in to my videos, my podcasts. Really appreciate it. I am continuing my Venus Signs in Love series, and today we are doing the Seagoat, the Capricorn, half goat, half fish. So before I continue, we've got to get some basic housekeeping out of the way. I'm not looking at other parts of the chart. We're just focusing on the Capricorn aspect of Venus. So if you are a Capricorn or if you have your Venus in Capricorn, then this is the video for you, the podcast for you. Hello, and thank you for joining me. If you have a Capricorn lover and you want to get to know them better, then this is for you as well. Also, I don't care about how the video translates, how my videos or podcast translates. I'm not interested in appeasing people. I just share some of the knowledge that I've acquired in dealing with these signs and the aspects of the zodiac. So it can be, some of the things that I can say as I get lots of messages can be quite unsettling or confronting. But this is what we're going for. We're looking for the real thing. We're looking for truth here. So it can't hurt you if it's not true. So I always have to get that on the table. You take what you need and you just leave the rest behind. Yeah? So use some discernment when I do my videos. And I hope that you enjoy my approach to looking at these things. So without further ado, I have a few more to go and then I've completed this series. So I'm actually going, wow, that went really quick. Today I'm doing Capricorn. Next will be the Aquarius in love. And lastly, I think we will finish with the Virgo in love in Venus. If you don't understand astrology, your sun sign is your outer world, how the world sees you, how you see yourself. Your moon sign is who you really are, your most truest private shadow self. And the rising/ascending is the angle or the lens that you see the world through. So imagine you're in a movie theater where you're sitting in the theater is how you see the screen. Everyone's perspective is different and everyone's chart is different. There are over 40,000 now astrological placements and conjunctions, and that would go on forever, but there's over 40,000 different types of combinations you can have in your chart. That's mathematically now determined. So I find that quite interesting. So there is no way a person's going to do 40,000 videos on their YouTube channel looking at every single potential element or angle. So I have been getting a lot of comments from people or DMs from people writing in saying, can you do a video? For me, I'm a Taurus sun and I've got my moon in Aquarius and I've got my Venus in Capricorn. Can you please help me? No, I can't help you. Okay, that would be a private chart reading, which I don't offer that service, but I am considering it at some point. Perhaps I will consider doing chart evaluations for people. But at this point, I am so there's so much on my plate. There's so much going on in my life that I have to schedule these videos in because I'm a very, very busy man. And also you're in for a treat because I have a lot of Capricorn placement in my chart anyway. So you're not just going to get this from observation like a Sagittarius, Sun, Scorpio, Venus. You're going to get this from a person who has this in their chart. So it's coming from the heart. So that's why I'm concerned about doing this one because it's a part of who I am too. So please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the video before I proceed. Or at your end, if you've got any questions, I'd love to see the comments. I love reading them. Everyone's perspective is different. Everyone's point of view is totally welcome and totally valid. So We'll talk about the psychology of the Capricorn, and then we need to talk about the seduction tips and how to keep a Capricorn, what they're looking for, what they want, and we'll get into the kind of nitty-gritty stuff. So, Venus in Capricorn. This sign is like a sign that has learned a lot about themselves on their journey. Anyone born under Saturn is already coming up against immense odds. This is the sign that I've mentioned before that has a really tough, hard time in the zodiac. Any Saturn, when I look at someone's chart, will indicate trials, tribulations, and trauma, suffering. This sign, much like Scorpio, has a very strong affiliation to pain and suffering. And this sign, much like Aquarius, is a little bit of an outsider. Okay, so we've got to look at that already and put that into perspective. Okay, so what I'm saying in terms of love and Venus in conjunction with this video or this podcast is that whatever Capricorns gets taken off them. Capricorn moves 2 inches, they get set back 10 paces further. This sign is always swimming against the tide. So matters of the heart would be no different. What makes you think you're exempt, Capricorn? This is not an easy sign to love. They're not an easy sign to acquire love, okay? This is a very serious sign. Capricorns are very serious about themselves, and they are looking to attract healthy, stable, serious partners that are able to provide, or that they themselves are able to provide for. Now, this is a dominant energy, okay? So if it's a female, we'll look at the female Capricorns, we'll look at the male Capricorns. This is a sign that gets shit done. This is the ultimate daddy. This is the ultimate girl boss. Okay, girl boss vibes. Yeah, yes, girl. That type of shit. All right, so these guys want the secrets to life and they want to get on with it. And if you're out there listening, you're making me smile already just thinking about Capricorns because I love Capricorns. You know, it's very common that you'll meet a Capricorn, they'll be reserved, they're hard to get to know. It's like you need a can opener to open up their heart. Okay, it's like peeling back the can, you know, trying to get the lid off, trying to get inside. They're not going to let you in freely. Same with Scorpio. It takes a long time for them to come around to things. Capricorns don't make the best first impressions either. They can be quite cold at times, quite reserved at times. This sign in love is about structure, okay? Structure, dependability, and being serious. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm the same. I want to be around people that are serious about their life. You know, life goes really quick. So figure out who you are, what you want, and get on with it. What could be more straightforward than that? This is a sign, straight up. It doesn't want to deal with your emotional nonsense. If you're quite psychotic, if you're mentally unstable, if you're jumpy, if you're not dependable, if you don't have some level of cohesion to you and you're not consistent, bye, see ya. Capricorn will be out the door, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you'll never ever see them again. They're not sticking around for that, all right? Get that and get it good. Now, Capricorns can be very moody. They do have quite a grumpy and negative disposition a lot of the time. But that's just how they are. If you can see past it and see their heart, they are romantic. But the thing that I want you to take out of this video, and I know I'm talking a little bit faster in this video because I've got so much to get out, is that they see love and connection as an investment. Okay, so they think of love and connections and future plannings as a dream of an investment. So, of course, like an investment, Capricorn or myself, or the Scorpio in Venus does the same thing that Capricorn in Venus does, is I'm not going to lend my time or give my time or energy or concentration or passion to something that doesn't have a return to me. So if you can't receive me, if I have to explain everything to you very slowly, and I've got to bring up slideshows, and I've got to go over it with you again and again for you to grasp the concepts, I'm already out the door. I need you to come fully formed to me on a level that can sustain me. That way I can get validation so I don't feel alone. That's what Capricorns are attracted to. That's what Scorpios are attracted to. Power, either by getting around someone who's more powerful than themselves, or they have the power and they protect you with their power so that they feel needed and they feel safe in the relationship. Okay? So it's a power play. Same with the Scorpios. Anything a Capricorn does with you, anything a Scorpio does with you, it is always about the P word. Power, power, power. Control, dominance, security, dependability makes this sign feel safe. Okay? Now, this is the hardest working sign of all of them. These guys want success, and they want success in love. So if they are dating or they're looking around for a potential partner, the Capricorn wants someone that is going to give them a high return with low risk. So they do see it in the way if they've acquired a lot of money, say they're millionaires. A lot of Capricorns are quite rich. You come across a lot of them that have acquired like a empire that they have built. They aren't going to give you the keys to the kingdom straight away. And what they are going to do is see a potential lover as a risk, because we know that in USA, it's in the 70% range, 70% of marriages end in the divorce court. So Capricorn knows that already. So they know that this love will be a risk. Much like Scorpio, Capricorns can sometimes confuse materiality and social status in exchange for emotionality. And this gets them no success in the world. Okay? So if you're looking to strive and stay focused, and you want to find someone that can appreciate you, that you can appreciate and grow and build with, then Capricorn in Venus or Capricorn is the sign for you. That's why I love Capricorns. I love them, and we get along really well. They don't want, they want straight talking, straight logical, practical thinking. They don't want to get pulled into emotionality that is draining, illogical, and crazy. Okay, so in emotions are not logical. Okay, so that's why I don't come across a lot of Capricorns that are creatives. I do come across them from time to time, but I'd have to look at their chart, and you'd probably see they've got a Sagittarius or a Gemini in their chart more prevalently. But a lot of the Capricorns are town planners. They are quantum physicists. They are much like the Virgo. They'll work in a science lab, or they'll work on the stock exchange. A lot of Capricorns work in banks. They work as engineers, much like the Aquarians. So this is a logical, rational, practical, down-to-earth mind. And they don't like woo-woo stuff. This would be the sign that would be least likely to be interested in spirituality or the occult. Okay, unless they can see it, touch it, taste it, it's probably not even real to them. But if it's a Capricorn that's learnt that there are non-physical things behind physical things, then you're going to have an interesting person to deal with and connect with. Okay, so emotions and creativity is not logical. All right, so that's the first thing I would say. So if you're super emotional, super all over the shop, and you're like messy as fuck to a Capricorn, they're not going to be interested in you. They'll probably fuck you and use you as a one-night stand, but they're not going to wife you. They're not going to boyfriend you. It's not going to happen. All right, so we've got to get that on the table straight away. They want to go on an adventure. Okay, an adventure deep within the soul is what the Capricorn in Venus's wants. A lot of them fall into the pitfalls of, they fall in love with the potential of who you could be to them, sometimes not necessarily who you are. So if they're investing energy and time into a relationship or to build you up, and you're not showing improvement or you're not showing a return, they will lose interest. Okay, so they want a partner that's kind of like better than you know. It's like meet you or beat you kind of thing. All right, because that's how they are. They want success in life. And a little bit of healthy competitiveness with a Capricorn doesn't go astray. Okay, they don't mind that. They don't mind that. They need a little bit of a motivated partner that's going to get up and say, hey, it's time to get up. Let's go to the gym. Hey, let's get up and do stuff. That's what they want. That's why sometimes a Sagittarius will work with a Capricorn. A Cancer, by the way, or a Pisces will not work very well with the Capricorn unless there's correlating aspects to the Capricorn's chart that matches the other person's chart. So that's just, kind of straight off the bat. They are very traditional and they like to come around to things. They're not someone to kind of jump in. So it's kind of in a relationship with a Capricorn Venus, it would be small baby steps, getting closer and closer until they give their heart to you. It would be multiple dates, multiple things. It would not be a kind of hit it and quit it experience. All right, that's not what they're up for if they're looking for a life partner. Now, on the table straight away, Capricorns don't like to share, all right? Unless it's a Scorpion and they're a little bit dirtier and kinkier. This is not the sign to have open relationships. This is not the sign to go to swingers parties. They're not interested in sharing their partners. This is the sign that will not tell you that they love you every day, but they will get up, they will go to work, they will make the money, they will keep you safe, they will pay the bills, they will be providers for you. They will pay the child support. Most of them will. And they will stick it out. They could go up and have a big night at the pub and get completely smashed and wake up at like 6 a.m. with a massive hangover, and they will get up, drag their ass into the bathroom, brush their teeth, have a shower, and get in the car and go to work. Okay, that's mad respect, all right? Mad respect to this sign. The work ethic for this sign, off the chart. When a Capricorn lover, Capricorn person starts something, they will see it through, all right? That's why I have a lot of gifts, a lot of beautiful gifts that I have. One of the strengths that I have in my chart is my Aries moon, which is the warrior, the fighter. I don't give up, and I need resistance to build strength. Like a Super Saiyan, the more that you play with them, the more you hurt them and destroy them, the stronger and more dangerous they become, just like the Capricorn, okay? But in order to do that, you have to break the Capricorn down to rebuild them stronger and faster and wiser and smarter, all right? Same as the relationship with the Capricorn. Every relationship that we have with people will have trauma and rupture, but it's the working together to repair the rupture that makes the relationship stronger. Okay. Now, they are traditional, so this is a marriage sign. Now, if it's an open relationship, it's much like Aries, it's already over. I've told you my very strong thoughts on this. Any type of polyamory, this type of shit, forget it. That's just playing make-believe, okay? Absolutely insane. If everyone can fuck your wife, everyone can fuck your boyfriend, if everyone can fuck your girlfriend, you don't have a relationship, okay? You don't. It is the exclusivity in a relationship that makes it a relationship. If you are a gay couple and it's a Capricorn or whatever, and they decide that they want to get married and they want to have the sanctity in the contract, which is what Capricorn would be interested in, by the way, because they're very traditional in that sense, for a relationship. But then they want to kind of go, everyone, partner can go have sex with other people. They're on Grindr, they're on Scruff, they're fucking other people. The relationship is already over, okay? Because if everyone can fuck your partner, then what have you got? If nothing is private and between you two, then it's not going to work. Humans are hypergamous, okay? So then always looking for the better option. When you open up or change the goalposts of what marriage is, into this open kind of blurry field, you're going to bring in so many problems. Capricorn will not accept this. They might be pulled into it from another partner's point of view, but it will be the downfall of that relationship because it's not stable. They need stability. Capricorns are here to stabilize things. That's the blueprint of a Capricorn's nature, stability. They don't want chaotic things that could come in and destroy that. So one of the things that I practice in relationships is it's called closing the doors and shutting the windows. So if you're in a relationship and you're married, that's you against the world with your partner. You've made a contract that you're going to stand with that person until the day you drop dead. This is very serious stuff here. This is not a game. This is not something to be trivialized. This is commitment. And if you don't have the discipline, key word for this sign, discipline, to actually see commitment through, well, then you got nothing. You're fucked, all right? It's all a complete waste of time. Stability requires commitment. Commitment requires effort, okay? Discipline, getting up, going to the gym, going for the swim, going for the run, doing the work. Without the work, nothing's going to happen. Capricorns innately understand this. That's why I get along with them so well. Life is not a magical garden, and you don't just show up and get handed a medal because you're here, because you're so special. No. If you don't work for it, if you don't earn it, you don't fucking deserve it. Straight the fuck up. Point blank, case closed. Now, this sign takes control. In a relationship, they can be fiery and they can be bossy. They can be possessive around money, around assets. Yes, they will have secret bank accounts and they will have a plan B already going on at the same time that you're in a relationship with them as an alternative just in case something goes wrong. It's about risk management and planning, much like the counterpart of Capricorn, which is the Cancerians. They're very, very sneaky as well. They'll have secret bank accounts and assets that their partner won't know about because they just can't trust someone fully enough to open everything up. So they are very secretive. Capricorns have a very secretive side to them, but they're very discreet about it. You would never know that they might go to get a happy ending massage, or they might go and see a brothel or brothel house at some point on their work trip. They would keep it so private, all right? It's just who they are. Okay, so Venus in Capricorn has an authority to them, and they want the challenge of life. They want the hunt, the thrill of the chase is important to a Capricorn, but you can't appear to be a whore to them, okay? So if you're a really slutty Libra or a really whorish type Pisces, they won't see you as a potential mate for a long-term relationship if you're fucking on the first date. You have to court them. You have to put in the effort. You got to meet them for a drink at the pub, have a cup of coffee at the private coffee shop. They want to get to know who you are. They want to assess you. They want to assess what disappointment you could bring to their lives and see whether this is compatible, if it is a sustainable long-term relationship. So a Capricorn man would be looking for his wife and looking at her going, is this the potential mother of my child? Can she raise my babies while I'm at work? And if the answer is no, and he can't trust that, then it'll just be a bit of a fling, and it will just kind of, contact gets minimal and then it just falls apart. They've just come into this life aging backwards. A lot of them are very adult-like, but as they age, they mellow like Sagittarius does, like a fine wine, and they start to build more long-term relationships. This is a sign that puts themselves at the very top, all right? They're at the tippy top, all right? That's how they see themselves. I don't know Andrew Tate's astrological chart. I know he's a Sagittarius, but I do sense a lot of Capricorn hustler vibe there. So they'll build an empire and you're going to have to support that empire. And they go into the masculine energy. So masculine energy is getting shit done, cutting to the quick, and getting it done in the quickest, most efficient way possible, much like the Virgo energy as well. Although they have femininity in them, a lot of them will spend a lot of time working very hard at the gym, working on their body, working on their weaknesses. And like Scorpios, a lot of them are aware of their weaknesses and do the work to work on them, or they hide their weaknesses and overcompensate for lack of ability. So a female Capricorn can be quite money focused. So if they meet a partner and they can't provide, if they meet a partner and they can't hold a job, they will not see that as a viable option for a partner that would be like a long-term kind of thing. It's not who they are. Relationships to Capricorns are sacred, and they do have a very sweet side. Once you break down through all of their tough grit and social status bullshit, they do have a very loving and caring energy in them. Okay, I've noticed that a lot of them do, but you've got to take the time. They don't necessarily, like I said, they don't make the best first impressions in a relationship when you get to know them. It'll be the third or the fourth meet that you'll start to see beyond them, and then they'll warrant whether you're seeing them as a viable partner. So it's just it's a bonding that needs to take place with this sign. They're more of a quiet power that would be in the back of the room. Okay, they're not going to be in the front and center like a Leo. That's not how this sign operates. They need you to listen to them, but what they really want to do is feel that you're not going to betray them and that you can let them relax around you. So if you can hold space for them, make them feel safe, they will trust you and they will come to you. This is a sign where if you're the right fit, they'll come to you, but most of the time Capricorn will want you to come to them. And you can't stand out too much. They don't like anything over the top, like the Taurus, the other earth sign. It's got to be subtle, understated, and classy. So dress with a sophistication, dress with an air of elegance to you. Don't dress slutty. Capricorn, like you can't turn a whore into a housewife. It's not going to happen. And they know that. So a lot of them are bachelors. A lot of them do stay single for long periods of time, kind of like the person that people can't understand why they're single, asking them, why are you single? What's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with the Capricorn being single. They're just fiercely independent and they don't need a partner. Same as the Aries, same as the Sagittarius. These signs don't need partners. If you come into a Capricorn's life, you are an add-on feature to their life. You are not going to be the feature. If they were to make you the feature, the main feature in their life, that would make them vulnerable and it would take away their impervious nature, okay? And that would shake the foundation of who they are. So they're like a diamond. You know, they see themselves as a diamond. So you've got to find that diamond, but you need to show them that you can reach maximum potential and shoot for the stars. Go beyond the top of the mountain with them together. That's what they want. Otherwise, Capricorn, the goat, will just drag its little hoofs and its tail up the hill on its own. They don't tend to feel lonely. This sign can be lonely at times to others, but they have their own little world that they've created for themselves that make them feel validated. They can self-validate. Signs like Cancer and Gemini can't self-validate. They need external things around them to re-invalidate themselves. Capricorn doesn't have that problem. They are reserved in nature and understated. They will be well dressed. They will be well presented. They can be very tenacious fighters. A lot of them are boxers. They get into Muay Thai, kickboxing, martial arts, anything with discipline. Yes, they can be violent. Capricorns, knives, stabbing weapons, things like that. They don't fuck around. Think of the show Peaky Blinders. That character, that main character, that would be a Capricorn all the way. Okay? Now, don't be late for the Capricorn. If you are late to the date, Capricorn will see that as you're exerting yourself over them, and they will they're just probably after about 10 minutes of waiting for you on the first date, they'll get up and excuse themselves and leave. Okay? Don't play power games with them. Don't play mind games with them. They don't want that. They'll get away from you. Like I said, if you're unstable, if you're psychotic, if you come across as some kind of crazy leftist lunatic with crazy ideations that don't make any sense, and you've got green hair and you're all pierced up and tattooed up, and you're talking about twin soul flames and you're talking about kundalini awakenings, the Capricorn is already out the door. Okay, you wouldn't even have made it to the first day. They're not doing it. One look at you and they just keep on walking. I actually had a Capricorn friend who went on a date, and he ended up getting to the coffee shop, looking through the window at the girl that was sitting in there that was his date, and he just kept on walking past the window and walked on, because he could just tell from one view that she was a handful and that she had not presented herself in a way that was authentic to her pictures. Her pictures did not match who she was. So don't Photoshop yourself to meet a Capricorn. They don't want big fake tits. They don't want big fake lips. They don't want you to be anything other than what you are. So don't over accentuate things, over embellish stories. They can't stand that shit. To them, that's inauthentic. They don't want inauthentic. Same as a Sagittarius. Just show me the real you. Show me the darker side. Show me the real thing. That is gorgeous to them. They'll see beauty in truth. Okay? Now, seduction tips with this sign, Capricorn in love, Capricorn in Venus. Be great with money. Leave a first impression that lasts. Be organized. Be clean. Everything's got to smell good. Hair's got to be groomed right. Make sure your house is clean. If they come over to your house and it's a dirty mess and they don't feel like an honored guest and your bed's unmade, they'll be out the door. If your toilet's dirty, if your bathroom's dirty, they'll be out the door. I don't come across a lot of Capricorns that are filthy, unless they've got like a lot of jumpy, neurotic air energy in their sign. A lot of them like a clean house. They like to run a tight ship. They're very organized. The Capricorns are always writing lists down. They're very respectful, very responsible with money, budgeting, that type of thing. They like a bargain, all right? They like to go shopping and they like a bargain. They don't want to give out their money to some shit. Think of Capricorn like an oak tree. It's a very strong wood. It's a very dependable wood. It is heavy duty and it lasts a long time when furniture is made out of it, like a beautiful antique chair. This is not a flippy chipboard thing that's made in IKEA in a factory. It's not cheap and nasty. If one word comes up for this sign in love, it's quality, quality, quality. All right, this is a high quality sign. Put in the damn effort. Make the effort with them. Present yourself well. Okay, that is how you do it with them. That's how you get their attention. Show their assets. Show them your assets. All right, so because what they're going to see, and I do this as well, if you're in your 40s or 50s and you're still living at home and I know it sounds mean, and you're some great big fat bitch, Capricorn is not interested in that. They don't like lazy people and they don't like excuses. If they have to come into the relationship or the bedroom or wherever and go, oh, what excuse is it today, like Libra, they're going to be out the door. Okay, they're not interested. They like discipline. That's why a lot of these young Capricorn women are all on the Instagram, the social medias. They're building a brand, building an empire, that type of thing, going to like, what's that, Tony Robbins. They'd go to, he probably is a Capricorn. I don't know, but that type of thing, like any type of entrepreneur stuff, like Gary Vee, that type of thing. They're interested in building an incredible empire because they know that the game of money is fucked. They know money can be printed. They know that it's all corrupt. Capricorns already know that it's already fucked. What they want is to get in there, get the money, get the savings, live a lifestyle that allows them to be free as quickly as possible, buy properties as quickly as possible so that they can get on to the later part of life where they can just enjoy life and live on a tropical island. Okay? So if this is not you and you're listening to this video, well, then we need to look at where your chart is, okay? Because that'll tell us why. Now, a lot of them can manage money quite well. They can demonstrate a level of financial planning quite well. Finance does come into relationships very, very quickly, straight off the bat. Income-related connections are straight off the bat. I met a woman who was a Capricorn, and she would only date men that were doctors, lawyers, scientists in some cases, surgeons, dentists, football players, celebrities, and she understood which bars to go to, where to meet these men. She understood the look that she needed, the dress that she needed. She understood how to present herself, and she would not settle. If you didn't have that level of financial stability, then to her, she wouldn't even be bothered trying to seduce you. You know, that's how her mind operated. Very understated in the bedroom, but they can be very sexually extroverted in the bedroom, very primal, very rough sex as well. All right. So they don't think just because they're more quiet that these guys fuck. All right. They've got some dirty moves up their sleeves in the bedroom. All right. They do. Okay, so a lot of Capricorns are like mechanics, like I mentioned. They want a trophy, like the Aries. So you've got to be a high-value female or a high-value male. Otherwise, they don't want low-hanging fruit. They don't want what's easy. What's easy is lazy to them. All right, so they crave a merging. They want to merge with you in the best way possible. So they need to see how that merge could happen and how you guys can become a duo or a team, and then they'll move forward with the relationship and they'll start going into more of a deeper connection. Capricorns crave knowledge. They're interested in knowledge. The acquisition of knowledge is the acquisition of potential power. So that's what Scorpio does as well. They can be quite sarcastic. They are very dry in their humor. So you've got to get their jokes. Capricorns have a pessimistic joke-like energy to them as well, which you have to get their jokes. You've got to understand their psychology, okay? And they want to be practical. So in a relationship, I had a Capricorn girlfriend years ago, and she said, I just can't, we're talking about her not being able to get someone. And it was so obvious to me why she couldn't get a partner. It's because she's so independent and so strong that a man wouldn't really know where he fits in her life. He wouldn't know. I said to her, I remember, you've made no space for him to fit in your life. Where does he come in? If you're doing everything, where does he get to fit in this? So that they can run a problem in that regard is that they could say they want a relationship, but yet they don't have the place to take that person in. So they've got to create that space. That's why, same with Scorpios as well. They've got a lot in common with the Capricorns. The longer that the Scorpion or the Capricorn is alone, the more entangled they become with being alone, and they get set in their ways and they're very stubborn. So it kind of creates a prophecy that they fulfill where no one comes in because they haven't opened themselves up in their life to let that happen. The potential of space has to have somewhere for it to grow. So you've got to. And she said to me, she was like, oh, well, nothing would happen if I did that. And I said, no, it just wouldn't happen the way that you want it to happen. That's part of love, is that you don't know. You've got to be vulnerable to fall in love, Capricorn and Scorpio. You have to let the armor and your guard down so people can see who you really are. And that takes vulnerability. That's why when they say falling in love, you're falling. You're letting yourself fall. There has to be vulnerability there. That's how you build trust. Yeah? Capricorn runs on discernment, not trust, and that's not good. That's not how love works. Love isn't some scientific equation or some shit like that. It's giving me a headache. Love is feeling and reciprocative energy and connection and seeing, hearing, feeling and understanding, taking something in as a part of you. So you've got to be flexible and moldable enough to do that with another person. Otherwise, you will not be a vibrational match to love. In order to get love, we have to vibrate love. So I hope that understands. Love is not a business investment or a contract, Capricorn. All right, it's not. So get into your feelings, and rather than looking at someone as to what they have to offer you. And I fall into that trap as well. Yeah, and look at it in a nurturing way, where I've tried to help people. They won't grow. They won't listen. Okay, bye. I let you go. With love, I'll let you go. All the best. Take care. And I have to just keep on moving with my journey. Okay, so they just don't want anything that will backfire in terms of a risk. That's why Capricorn Venus is very cautious with their energy. They're cautious and protective of their heart, because they just don't want, it's like if they get burned, like Scorpio, they get burned so bad, and then they don't want the risk of the burn. They feel like anyone else that they date will bring that burn, could potentially do the same thing that happened to them before. So they kind of come in, with that once bitten, twice shy kind of mentality, which can actually deter people from trying harder, because you've got this distrust around you. Like Capricorn people are very distrusting in general, because they understand that life is brutal. It's hard and cold in this world. It's hard to be here sometimes. So they build themselves up so strong, like Scorpio does, but they need to soften and be more open and receptive, like not being so rigid all the time. Be open to change. What happens to things that don't bend? Anyway, so what else can I tell you? I'm looking at my notes now. Where are we at? They'll probably work a couple of jobs. Let them. That's who they are. If you're listening, Capricorn, if someone doesn't want to come to the party, let them. If someone didn't invite you to the show, let them. If someone didn't call you back, let them. Don't be mad at trying to make other people behave the way that you want them to. Let them. If I'm going to give you a really hard truth right now. Ready? Hard truth, real talk. If they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to, they fucking would. Period. Case closed. End of story. If you don't want to come to the party, if you can't see what I have to offer, then that's on you. I just keep on moving. And that's exactly the beneficial mindset that you need to have in your relationships as well. All right. So Capricorn men are like the ultimate daddy. They will have a beard. They're very sexy. A lot of them will have like a shot of whiskey, glass of whiskey on the rocks, or, scotch, a cigar, mahogany room. Yep, that type of thing. So you want to date them. Acknowledge their ambition. Acknowledge how talented they are. Give them like really strong, truthful, honest communication. Don't be all hippy-dippy and use describing words. Tell them that they are fabulous straight to their face, and then tell them why practically. This is the sign that wants to fix the thing that's broken in your house. All right, that's how they see themselves, as practical. They heard that you needed someone to help renovate your house. They'll go through their phone and find someone who can help you do that. All right, you need your lawn mowed. Capricorn will come around to try and work out who can mow your lawn for you. They want to be of service. They want to be of use. All right, so you got to make them feel useful, valued. Traditional value gets the Capricorn. All right, get it good. What else can I say? I think I've kind of hit a lot on the head already. They are intense. I'm intense. What's wrong with being intense? We're here. We don't have time to fuck around. We don't have time to play games. We don't want to waste time. We've got stuff to do. So let's get on with it. Yeah? What's wrong with that? People try and shame other people for being ambitious, but without ambition, nothing can happen. So get fucking ambitious. If I meet someone, don't know who I am, don't know what I want, I'm confused, I'm lost, bye, see ya, next. Can't do anything with that. All right? Level the fuck up or fuck off. That's the Capricorn mindset. That's how I am as well. I want you to level up, or I want to level up through you. Levels. Life is all based on levels. Leveling up. We're not all equal. We're all on different levels. If you've got a low IQ, if you've got a low EQ that is prominent, it's not going to happen. It's going to be a struggle. Can't be fucked with that. Some people might think that is conceited. No, it's not. It's not conceited. It's completely logical. Why would I want to invest into something that doesn't really fit from the beginning? Not going to do it. You have to find something that is an investment that fits, that is compatible. So you've got to bring yourself to the table and show up, show who you really are. And I'm not talking like Capricorn, if you're listening, you know that you can't prolong something or sustain something that isn't real. So you must show who you are to other people so that they can get to know who you really are. That way they can get to know you. If you're showing a side to you that isn't real, they can't actually connect with you because you're not showing the real, like who you really are. No, it's pretty obvious, but this is the world that we're in these days. You know, it's crazy to even say that out loud because it's so damn obvious, but that's a lot of this fake nonsense is just like, it's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, it just won't. So be fair with it. I know you don't like drama. Capricorns, by the way, can be quite possessive. So if you've got connections to your ex-partner, you're still talking with your ex, they're not going to want that. They're not going to put up with that. As far as they're concerned, you built memories and had sex with that person and shared intimate moments with that person, and now you're still connecting with that person. Those memories and those moments can never be undone. They're still there. Capricorn will see that as a problem and will see that as a threat. Like, you know, you don't talk to your ex for a few years and then it all, you know, messages you on Facebook, hey, how you doing? And it all just starts up again. That's how an affair would start up again, all right? They're not, forget it, not going to happen. If you've partnered and gone through a divorce from your spouse, as far as they're concerned, they're dead to you, just like their exes would be dead to them. They don't want that, okay? Not going to happen. Be confident, be direct. Direct confidence is sexy as hell. Don't be weak. Don't be too passive either. You have value. You matter. Show them what you bring to the table. Put it out there on the table. Like I said, they see relationships like a business arrangement. They're old-fashioned like that, okay? Somebody comes up to them. They need a system that can predict predictability in the other person. Predictability means risk of low getting fucked over, risk of low loss, and that's what keeps them in the relationship. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. So this has been me talking all about Capricorn. I've covered a lot in this one. I've hit a lot of points. You might need to go back, re-listen to it a couple of times, put me on pause. I do go there pretty quickly, but that is my video for today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Capricorn in Venus, I'd love to know. Let me know. Give me some tips. I want to learn. I want to grow as well. Challenge me. You know, tell me what's right. Tell me what's wrong. I love it's all so welcome. Hit the subscribe button yet again. I'm asking. It really helps my channel grow and it shows value in what I do. And share this with anyone who is a Capricorn in Venus, or maybe you're a Capricorn in love yourself. So lots of love. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.